What's up? Come on in. Welcome to my studio. Hello everyone. I'd like to invite you to my San Francisco studio. My name is William Rhodes. I've been creating art for more than 40 years, and this is the place where all the magic happens. I've been making art pretty much all my life. What really got me inspired was growing up in Baltimore, Maryland. I was a small kid. I used to love sports, but I was small, so I used to have a lot of challenges. The big kids, man, they used to give me a run for my money. And many times the play would turn into fights. So it was so many fights that took place when I used to try to play and do sports. And being a smaller guy, I found myself spending many hours in my room doing drawings. I felt like by creating these drawings and creating this art, which was my own world, it was my way to really have some power and to really put myself as a hero in a certain position through making art. And from that practice, which was a healing practice, it really helped me to just continue to produce and make art. Where I began to really take it seriously is when I got accepted in the Baltimore School for the Arts. At the time, Baltimore School for the Arts was a school which required people to audition, and I think it's still the same, but it was a very limited number of people that could get accepted in the school. So I spent months preparing my portfolio to get ready to get into the school. And this school was really like for me winning the lottery ticket, because my charter school, or the school that was actually in my neighborhood, had a pretty rough reputation. And I knew if I got into that school, I wouldn't be able to pursue my love of art. So as luck would have it, I got accepted in the Baltimore School for the Arts. And from that point on, that's really where I say my career really started, where I began to learn all the basic foundations and things about producing art. And then that moved into other things. I went to school in Philadelphia, University of Arts, Philadelphia, where I majored in furniture making. And then from there, I went to University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, where I continued learning furniture making and really introducing more sculptural elements into the furniture. And this has been an ongoing practice. Again, I've been showing many places. I show at institutions all over the world. I've been able to teach. I do classes and tours throughout Italy every year. I've been able to produce art, teach people as well. And one of the things I love to focus on is I run an intergenerational art program through Bayview Senior Services. And with this program, it allows me to bring young people, seniors together, and we produce art and do many public community art projects. So it's been exciting. This has been an exciting journey, and I'd like to continue it. So I've worked at many different places. My work is currently in the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture. And I've worked with other great institutions such as the African American Art and Culture Complex. So I've worked the gambit of various places. And my work is really a mix of many different mediums. So I classify myself as a mixed media artist. What that means is I work in a lot of different materials. So I may create a piece where it has wood elements. With that piece, then I take it and add neon. I may add elements of needle and thread. I may have drawing elements, paint. I even produce quilts. I've worked in metal. I've worked in stone. I've worked in a lot of different mediums. So this is a piece I made quite a while ago. This is an Nkisi. An Nkisi is a West African piece which translates as a power figure. And with this piece, I actually had a whole box filled with all kinds of screws, hinges, things that my grandfather saved over the years. And so I was trying to figure out what to do with it. So I actually took all of those elements. I wanted to honor my grandfather. For me, he was a power figure, so I wanted to honor him. So I took all of those pieces and put those pieces together. Now, at the same time, I was also thinking of the power and the energy of my grandmother and how she gave so much life and energy to all of us. So this piece not only encompasses the things that my grandfather gave me, all of these screws and these nails, but I wanted to honor my grandmother, so it's a fertility figure at the same time. So it's a female figure. It also has secret compartments in it. It has a compartment in the back, which actually can open up, but it also has secret compartments built within inside of it. And I finished the piece off with actual gold leaf after I put all of the elements together. So this piece, I've had it for many, many years. And for me, whenever I look at it, it reminds me of the gifts that my family gave me, and all of their things are put into this power figure, which is called an Nkisi. So a lot of times I will work all of these different things into one piece and try to bring all of these elements together. This is one of my studio areas. This is where I produce many of the projects that I've been showing you. This studio has not only my work in it, but it also has different artists' work that I've actually purchased some of the work, traded, gotten some of the work from different artists. These are people that have inspired me over the years. I also keep my paints and materials that I use in my work. Keep materials such as my paint brushes, different paints, different elements that I use in the work. I also have jars lined up. The jars are reminders of different places that I've traveled, and sometimes I'll bring back elements from those places. And I will use that in the work. I'm definitely feeling that I have to give thanks to my family, my wife, who's been extremely supportive of me, my health. That is such a blessing to have good health, and ultimately the ability and the luxury to be able to create art. You know, I look back and think about so many of my ancestors that did not have the opportunity or the luxury of producing artwork. So the fact that they sacrificed and created a world which allows somebody like me to be able to produce art and be creative is definitely something that I give thanks for. And I really, really just honor them for allowing that to happen.